Hi there guys, Tom Quell here for Sound Effects Premier in Ormskirk, doing another demo today, and this time I'm checking out this on the floor just here. Very requested pedal this, so there'll be a lot of people who are glad this is out. This is the Waza Craft by Boss, that's their custom shop Japanese range, CE-2W. Now the CE-2W is Boss's high-end recreation essentially of the original CE2, which is a very sought after pedal because it was the first compact chorus pedal that Boss produced. There's a lot more to this pedal though than just modelling, or not modelling even, recreating the CE2. It actually has the CE-1 functionality built in as well. Now the CE-1 was the first chorus pedal that was ever made, but it was quite a large unit and it had a chorus functionality and a vibrato functionality, and it's become very highly revered in the industry, as has the CE2. And this CE-2W has both the CE-1 modes, the chorus and the vibrato, and the original CE2, but with some great additions as well. Now the original CE2 didn't have stereo outputs. This one corrects that and does have stereo outputs. So you could run into, say, the JC40 that's got 2 inputs and you could run it in stereo, or 2 different amplifiers if you so desire. It also has a depth control, which the original CE2 was lacking. So much greater functionality and control of your tone. Very cool indeed. So the layout, we've just got the rate control, the depth control, and then the switch for the standard, which is CE2, and then CE1's chorus and vibrato modes. Standard kind of Boss foot switch, and obviously the 9-volt centre negative jack power input on the top. The pedal itself is all analog, bucket brigade technology, very, very authentic, very similar to the originals, which are very expensive. So this gives you an affordable package to get all 3 of those sounds, which is very, very cool indeed. And as I say, all made in Japan, so you're getting the highest quality components and construction as well. So we are running today through this Boss Waza amp. This is the new, very cool amplifier that Boss have brought out. And I'm using this Music Man Luke, which is absolutely gorgeous. Our clean tone with the neck pickup without the pedal engaged sounds like this. So if we switch the pedal on, at the moment we are in CE2 mode. Let's set the controls to 12 o'clock. Make sure that's nice and straight, and we get this beautiful analog chorus sound. Very lush, very analog, and very, very pretty indeed. Really, really nice tone. Now, in terms of the controls, if we play with the depth control, bring that all the way up, back the rate off just a touch, beautiful lush sounds again. And the beautiful thing about the CE2 is it never gets in your face. It's always very, very musical. It's impossible to find a bad tone, really. Again, just beautiful, lush, analog chorus sounds. Okay, so if we increase the rate, what you'll notice here is we're not into sort of Leslie territory or anything here. This is a much more subtle kind of sound, so when the rate's on full, it's still very musical. That tempo of that modulation is not over the top, it's not kind of creating this kind of seasick kind of sound, it's just very nice indeed. So moving on to the CE1 mode, we select the chorus mode just by moving the switch into the middle. Okay, let's bring the rate and depth back to about 12 o'clock. Okay, and this again, super analog, beautiful sound, just like the original CE1. My favourite setting in terms of choruses. I really adore the CE1. I think it's a beautiful sound. Again, if we increase the depth, keep the rate where it is, very musical. This is not a pedal that you'll find that you can dial in really horrible tones with. It's just a beautiful sound all the way through the range. I mean, that's just nuts. It's so warm and lush. gorgeous. And again, just as with the CE-2, if we now increase the rate all the way, it's not seasick at all. Just nice and subtle. The Bucket Brigade gives you this beautiful sound and it mixes with the original sound really nicely as well. So that's really important. Now in CE-1 vibrato mode, my personal favorite mode, we get this gorgeous sound. I'm going to bring the rate down and then bring the depth up. And for vibrato, this is subtle. It's not moving too far away from the original pitch. It's just very, very musical. There's me using the whammy bar when it's actually pitch control. I don't know why I'm doing that. But really beautiful. Now, whenever I've used the CE-1 in the past, I've always gone straight for the vibrato mode. And this is really close, very impressively close. So I'm very, very, very impressed. Now, if we increase the depth even further and bring the rate low, we get this kind of sound. You can hear it pulsating there. It's just a gorgeous tone. Highly, highly impressive indeed. So to have those three sounds and the depth control and stereo, and believe me, we've run it in stereo and it sounds insane. It's wide as anything. In that small compact package for an affordable price, made in Japan, you know, doesn't really get much better. So, very cool pedal, available from Sound Effects Premiere in Ormskirk. My name's Tom Coyle and I will see you next time.